Welcome to your Daily Dose. My name is Robert. That's my pal Susan. And welcome to 2023.
2023.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Robert.
Are you
Thank you.
good?
Yeah, so check it out. So I've worn this shirt before. This is my Doors and Windows shirt.
Okay.
And I put this on especially. Wait a minute, just stand up.
This is
It's,
pretty exciting.
well, it's just so cool because there are all these antique, interesting doors and windows. And I just thought this is the first of a new year. And there's
Yeah.
lots of special openings and awakenings and opportunities and windows we're going to look out of and doors we're going to walk through. So
We've been talking about this day, this opportunity for a long time. Because when we met, I was just early in the stages of my PhD program. So the thought always was, well, when you finish, done.
check that box. Oh
Yay.
yeah, like it
Um,
was that easy. Check.
yeah. Well, and of course, we have lots of stories about that. The good news is, regardless, that the being done thing is significant. It's even though like the test comprehensive was November, there was still things that needed to be taken care of, and they did. I mean, they went right to the wire. Many of them did, and actually walking the stage
Oh
was
man.
it was an important thing for
Yeah,
me because
yeah.
so much of this, goes back to my DIY MF PhD, got into the weird realm of, is this real? The perception of my PhD was strange because it wasn't like my previous classroom, even the previous part of my PhD pre-COVID. You weren't going to a class and meeting with mentors, and I mean, that stuff wasn't happening. And so there's this question of, is
Interesting.
any
Yeah.
of this real, or am I just kind of doing stuff? Am I going to get validated at some point, or
Yeah.
is this tremendous fear of, I've done all this, and then someone says, oh, you've done it all and you've done it wrong, which kind of happened.
Yeah. In their perception, you can do
Right.
it wrong. Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
as your story evolves in your in my wait a minute DIY MF PhD.
You got it.
As it evolves that you can share with an audience, there were some inconceivable things that actually really happened that you actually really had to deal with.
Well, and here's the thing: the more I share it, because it's relatively new in sharing it. For those who haven't seen it yet, there's a web page, there's a trailer. Please check those things out. If you want to hear the full story, you can book me to come share it, and we can run workshops about the lessons from it. All of that is part of what we're doing. I keep hearing from the number of PhDs I run into who are either, especially the ones who are especially semi-recent or within the last couple of years, who have their own stories. PhDs are unique experiences. And I mean, from what I've heard so far, almost nobody gets through them really cleanly. Um, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
and there are a lot of reasons why. And I don't mean to say it should be clean. And by the way, I'll never use the word easy. No one's ever said a PhD was easy, and I don't think that you should. It just should be properly rigorous. However, there is enough flexibility within what makes up a PhD, and that goes school to school, department to department, professor to professor.
Individuals. Yeah,
Um, so
yeah.
anyway, there's a lot more to dig into, and I look forward to being part of that process because it's a time where we need to do better, and it's part of my skill set. I think I can help people do better.
Well, I have been impressed how the academic part of the academic experience of getting a PhD has influenced you. It's like you really believe now and fought for the grounded experience that was so hard to get in terms of um, uh, Robert, help me with the word. Um, uh, Not quantitative, not I mean
Qualitative.
quantitative instead of qualitative. The qualitative was easy for you to get, and the quantitative was kind of what other people were looking for, or it seemed that way.
Yeah,
And
that's
yeah,
a whole related argument, and what those things are within research, and it's only part of it, because like I say, broadly speaking, the big net is what are we going to school for? What is the purpose of an education? And is it to crank out people who are just like those who they mentored underneath, and stamped and rigidly placed, or is it to make them full, wholehearted beings that know what to do with their education and can apply it to the world to make the world a better place? And I clearly argue for the latter. And right now I argue for a break, because that's your 5 minutes. Welcome back. Happy New Year.
Thank you.